Hi everybody, Conchetta Dudley here, instructor for our web-based Multimedia Design for Educators course. So I wanted to take some time to go through week 3. I gave you guys a couple of weeks to get adjusted to the course, to understand our Canvas structure, to be able to utilize Slack to ask me questions. And if you haven't noticed, I respond very quickly on Slack. If you do send me an email, it takes me a bit of time to get to the emails, but I do respond. But if you want to talk to me quickly, just send me a message, a DM on Slack. Okay, so for week 3, a lot of you have been asking about the readings for the design, graphic design basics and the 10 web rules that you can break for when you're thinking about multimedia and design of websites and how they should be constructed, thinking about that user interface, what needs to be displayed and how should it be displayed. I've added these readings to our announcement section on Canvas. So if you go to Canvas, announcements, here you guys should be able to see links to the readings. I had videos there as a replacement, but some of you requested the readings. You definitely can use the links that I've added. Okay, so that's first things first. Secondly, we are going to be moving into the mini art schools, which are designed to have you guys explore various multimedias, working with imaging, editing, videos, editing, being able to operate audio, still, and moving media. So keep these questions in mind as you're going through the units. What are the basic rules of design in terms of visual communication? Remember, images have communication. They communicate various themes, representations of other themes, embedded themes, and how can visual communication be rendered effectively using various forms of multimedia. So I want you guys to keep that in mind. The second question, how can knowing your audience have an impact on your multimedia design? Definitely it will. Knowing who your audience is as you guys prepare for your multimedia montage projects, you need to keep in mind who your audience is going to be and what type of program, online program. It could be through a website, it could be through you guys building an online course, but you have to keep your audience in mind and figuring out what type of remotely based program you plan to create for XYZ purpose. So knowing your purpose, knowing your audience, and figuring out, well, my audience, there's a need. There's a need with this specific group within my audience, and my program, online program, remotely based website is designed to do X. So I want you guys to try to think about it that way. The reason that we're going through what good design and what bad design looks like, quote unquote bad, you need to keep in mind that there are various ways to style your website or online program. So being able to be exposed to how things look, even if it doesn't look too appealing aesthetically. So figuring out, how your design is going to look, I think plays a big role in this course. And this course is definitely designed to help expose you guys to various digital tools, but on a deeper level, you're going to create a program that's going to be used in your place of practice. If it's a school, if it's in corporate, if you're building your own business, being able to create, design, and build programs is super, super, super important. And I'm hoping that you guys will take that away. Please, please ask me questions, pick my brain. I have worked a lot on user interfaces. I am a full-fledged, full-stack developer. I work on both front and back end. So if you have any questions about, what's happening behind the scenes, I love looking at things that happens behind the scenes. But I'm also huge into creating great user experiences for your audience. So if you were creating an online program for a very specific audience, you would want to have a graphical interface that is user friendly. But the question becomes, oh, it's Peter's birthday, huh? How do we define user, how do we select our audience? So it's figuring out where the gap is, how to fill that gap, and maybe you might create a survey and issue a survey to various people within who you think that your possible audience could be. All right. Look at this third question. How can you collect data on your audience, and what type of data might you collect? Well, I have a tip. Try using Google Forms, the same way that I created a pre-survey for you guys to complete, just to give me more data on who I would be working with. Perhaps you could create a Google form. It's very easy to do, and you can issue a URL to your possible people who would be in your audience. Ask them questions that you think would help to be able to build a stronger program, to help you identify what type of program that you would like to build, or that you're interested in building. So I want you guys to have fun with the mini art school. If anybody needs an extension, please send me a message. I am on grading of blog 1, so I'm going to go through blog 1 today. That's my goal, and I should be having those, how I told you guys, by Friday. I'm going to work on it all day because I like to read through every blog and give a few comments back. But please take a look at when you guys are on our class page, take a look at our discussions. I'm going to be posting some interesting discussions related to this new idea of coding in the classroom. So here's one video here that, if you guys have time, I want you to take a look at the video. If you don't have time, don't worry about it. But I would like for you to, in your spare time, just take a look at the video. I'll post this video also in our Slack channel. And what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on creating environments where that's stimulated with a coder's mindset? What is a coder's mindset? Computer program. And I know I just jumped to a whole completely different topic, but just something that's very interesting that could possibly be coming to our schools and affecting public education very, very soon. All right, guys, so have a good week. I am working on grading all weekend, so we can be caught up by Monday. It's my goal, and you guys might be hearing from me next week.